Welcome in, my friends. Another 5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Acquisitions running a little rampant in our industry right now. And the old Franken-Tech companies are at it again, this time in the DR pool. Those of you who don't know, recently two of the biggest names in digital retail were purchased by conglomerate Franken-Tech steins that walk around putting pieces together, trying to be something they're not. I don't blame them. They can't all be Techion. You can't just start a company the right way, grow it, keep everything in one portal, and move forward. You have to acquire pieces. But here is the problem. There's this other conglomerate in our industry, probably the biggest, who's been gobbling up companies for the past 12 years, right? Here we are, all this time later, and barely any of it talks, integrates, cross support. I mean, it's a fucking joke, if I could be honest with you, right? So you look at corporations, a joke in general, the bigger they get, the more of a joke they become. You see, because they can't integrate all the things that they buy. I know this because I was part of it at one time, okay? It happens. The conglomerate who bought the company that I was hired by didn't even recognize us as people for, 3 months, 4 months. Weren't concerned about one thing that had to do with field employees. Now that same gigantic company is acquiring a digital retail company. Well, friends of the digital retail company, be ready to not be recognized. Even if you are the hottest, coolest tech, they actually have no fucking clue how to integrate you, what to do with you, right? They just got word that, the other one that they wanted to buy is being bought by someone, so they've got to scramble and they've got to buy, and it's only to keep themselves relevant. The problem with all of it is you're chasing after things that are already past due. Okay? Digital retail, as silly as it is, its moment came and went. It's gone now, okay? It'll still be a part of the dealerships moving forward, but it certainly won't be relied upon as much as it was before. I made the joke right at the beginning of COVID that at the end of the day, your digital retail is going to look a lot like closed Kmart stores because no one gives a shit and no one wants to buy a car that way. But here we are, we're chasing after it, right? We're going to integrate another piece into our wonderful solution. Bullshit. You're not. All you're going to do is screw it up. The best thing that you acquiring companies can do right now is what you've acquired, don't touch it. I know that's hard for you to do, and you're going to end up, as I said, screwing it up either way, but try your hardest not to. Really, really, really try. Let me ask you this, though. A few of these DR companies were working on, before acquisition, were working on open APIs to integrate with every single person. Do you think those agreements will still get attention now that they've been acquired by one siloed piece of the tech? That's correct. No, they will not. No, it will not happen. If you were waiting for your DR tool to integrate, let's say you were with the opposite company that bought them, you might as well go find another company because that integration ain't coming. Because these companies don't want to play well together, because actually at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about you, car dealers. Take stock in that. People you pay millions of dollars a year to give no care in the world about what's good for you. They think by acquiring these companies and Franken-Teching them way through the world that they're going to make some difference. They won't. All they've done is make this harder. Okay? So all this put aside, right? You've got digital retail getting gobbled up. They're going to be integrated seamlessly at the end of the day into what? Into what? Will you make it a part of your websites that you don't own, that you integrate with other people, or are you going to try and integrate them into your websites? And then it will become only your website that has the tool, right? Which is silly. You need to continue with the idea of open APIs. Everyone can work together to make our industry better. But when these acquisitions happen, they consolidate in a way that is not good for all of us. I know there are other DR companies that are getting gobbled up, some in the tech area, some in the finance area. Everyone's being gobbled up. I mean, that's the point of these companies, right? I did a podcast, 2 years ago about get big, get sold. And that's the point. I get it. I do. I understand it. But once you do that and you sell your company, you've got to be ready for your company to be unrecognizable in less than 12 months. So I don't want to hear about what happened to the great tool? you should have left the second you heard company A acquired company B. Because like I said, back in the company that I worked for when I was acquired, the worst website company was merging with the worst DMS company. How could that possibly go wrong? How could it go wrong? It went terribly wrong, so much so they divested out of the business. Okay? So, again, take it all encompassing. Look at it from this standpoint. If you are someone who wants DR on their website, make sure you have it where it works for you and your whole process. If you come across a company that doesn't integrate, move on. There are plenty out there that do, and these widgets aren't that difficult to reimagine. Truly. Not only are they not even really this necessary, but they're certainly not that hard to reimagine. So you can do this pretty much on your own. But let's assume because your OEM is who they are, as useless as they are, they're going to require you to have a tool. Just make sure it integrates, okay? Because with these acquisitions, you dealers will get left behind. They don't actually care about you. And I know that sucks to hear, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And because you need to hear it, I'm happy to be the one to tell it to you, all right? So go out, look at all the tools, go read about all these acquisitions, all the people changing hands, all the people saying, oh, the company's going to be great, we're going to be wonderful together. You won't. You won't. It sucks. And these companies are great at what they do, and I'm praying they stay that way. But I've done this long enough to know they won't. Go out, have yourselves a great week, and join us again next week. Thanks a lot.